Hi everyone, welcome to Q Positive. I hope that our last video was very informative about tea and chai. So today I'm back with a new important word, and it's a very unique one. I know that everyone here has used it at least once every day. You might be thinking, okay, let's see what this word is. Well, if you said that, guess what? The word that we're dealing with is okay. We're going to be looking at the most important response in the world. We get it from virtually anyone. Bosses, customers, family, friends, strangers, enemies, everybody uses the word okay. But what does okay actually mean? You know that it's an abbreviation, but what does okay mean specifically? What does it do to the language? See, the word okay is used as a neutral affirmative. Now, what that complicated term means is that we use it for situations where we don't want to say yes or no to a specific question. So we use okay as a reflex, that is a sudden response to a very fast question. And we use it to inform the sender that we've received their information. Now, what it does, it affirms something without showing whether you're happy, sad, angry, grim, any emotion that you have. Nothing is conveyed when you say okay. So that's what okay does. But how did okay came into our language? What is the origin of the word okay? For that, we need to go back to 1830s America. At that time in Boston, there were many young people of the middle class, and they decided to play tricks on their intellectual peers by using contracted forms of misspelled common phrases in English. Now, a quick example of that is OW, which stood for all right. The word okay was also one of those abbreviations, and it stood for the phrase all correct. Now, this phrase was used at that time to say to someone that everything was in working order. The funny thing about okay is that it has a lot of origins. Now, people usually forget the Boston origin because by the 20th century, it was forgotten among everybody. So newspapers, they decided to hunt down new origins. Now, some of the funny ones include that okay comes from the Choctaw word okay, which means so it is, or another definition which says that okay was initially used by American soldiers returning from the Civil War to state that they had 0 kills. So, okay. One of the primary reasons why okay is so popular among everybody is the way it looks. It's very rare to find initials or words in the English language starting with the letter K. In the list for the most common initial letters in the English alphabet, K's rank is about 22. That's pretty rare. So companies use this philosophy today by replacing hard C's with K's. So they make Krispy Kreme into Krispy Kreme. And another example of that would be Kool-Aid. And so there are many other companies that use K instead of a hard C. Another reason why OK was so popular was because Martin Van Buren, the only president in the United States who did not speak English as his first language, he used OK in his presidential re-election campaign in 1840. So he wanted to run for president again, but he was kind of unpopular. So what his supporters did, they took a lot of clubs across the country. They started a lot of clubs, and they used the term okay as their campaign, which stood for Old Kinderhook is all correct. Now, this used Martin Van Buren's nickname, Old Kinderhook, and connected it to the phrase okay, the term okay, which was gaining popularity at that time. What actually happened is that the opposition party, seeing the importance of okay, decided to use it against Martin Van Buren and they started using okay in a different senses such as awful conspiracy or awful catastrophe. So because of that, Martin Van Buren, he didn't win the elections, but what he did was okay, the term that he used, now changed from slang to common used words in the American vernacular. Now, okay also crossed over from slang to functional use because of one of the most important technologies that happened to come at that time? The telegraph. The telegraph, it transmitted electric pulses from one place to another using the Morse code. And the Morse code contained dots and dashes to represent letters in the English alphabet. Here, OK was very special because it's easy to type OK in Morse code, and it is very unique. You cannot mix OK up with any other term. So regulators in the US, they decided to use OK in telegraphs in one specific way. So when somebody sends over a message, they responded with the term OK to indicate that they received the message. In manuals for telegraphs, they usually say that no message is regarded as transmitted until the receiver types OK back to the sender. OK had become very serious business. And it's also now a conditioned reflex. People don't think how much times they've used OK in the past, in the present, in the future. And so, because of that glitch in our brains, OK became the first word to be spoken on the moon. So Buzz Aldrin, he was checking his pal Neil Armstrong's Omega speed watch because the lunar module's timer had went out. So he used the watch, and then they were descending into the moon, and then the first phrase that he spoke was, OK, engine stop. So there you see, OK now became the first word to be spoken on the moon. So that's all of the trivia that we've collected about this fantastic word, OK. Now, for more of such trivia, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Q Positive. Stay curious, stay positive, Q Positive.